What's going on, Whalers fam? We are back at it with another week of League Night Bowling starting tonight. This is the week of establishing finally for us, so this is our last night on our 163 before it changes next week. With that said, though, my arsenal is going to be the same, and as you can tell, there's no shots going up from me here. That is because I got in later, and the matchup's obviously a bit delayed, so that way we can be ready to go and ready to bowl. It was a downpour outside as well, so usually rain days at the alley are not great days for me. So you'll see how it plays out either way if it works out or not. But typically I end up on the wrong side of it more times than not. I don't really have much to say matchup wise about the evening, other than this is pretty much our last night before averages get updated next week. So if you guys are enjoying the content so far, even though it's just this, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. We just hit 500 subscribers, so I thank you for your support. With that said, let's get you guys on to the start of game one and enjoying the gameplay we have for you. I'll see you after game one. Okay, so moving forward in game one now, as we're right at the end, I'm on to a decent game so far, and so is Crystal. Brendan's kind of running behind. He didn't have a great game with an 89 game, but that happens sometimes to you, Brendan. But he'll find a way to come back from it. Maria had a pretty decent game as well, pretty close to average. I'm gonna break my average with these 10th frame shots. I leave a spare leave that I don't usually leave, but I throw my spare ball at it to see if I can get it, and the marker just wasn't really there for it. But either way, We leave that worse than we found it, but finish with a 186, so pretty solid start. Crystal's turn up now. The difference is not in our favor because there's more strikes on the opposite side of the score chart in terms of the matchup we're bowling against, so that difference is going to fly against us pretty quickly. Crystal had a 7 pin here. She'll knock it down and finish with a 182. Not much more to really see there. Oh, I think she had one more shot after this too, so you'll probably see that. But anyhow, we're going to start the night down 40 pins. It's a close loss though, so it's not terrible. It's not like we're getting destroyed by 100 pins, so as long as we're not getting destroyed by 100 pins, there's a lot of things we can do to try to make the night get better. And I only have two open so far, the bucket in the first and a 10 pin in the eighth that we missed out on. So this is typically a pretty average normal game for me. So nothing really to worry about quite yet in the evening. So far we've been treated pretty decently. With that said, I will catch you in game two and we'll regroup then. See you there. Just across the halfway home marker on game two. Once again, bucket leave in the first frame. We still don't get past it. It's kind of a head scratcher for me in this particular evening. Seems weird, but I guess that's part of the sport, I guess, when things like that happen. For Maria here, not too great of a start for her in the second game, but she'll get a nice strike here to finally make up for that, as it hasn't treated her very well so far. My turn now, and we get something similar to the bucket leave, but not quite, as all the pins are facing in front. There isn't one behind it, but we get the spare anyhow, which keeps us on pace for the score that we had in game one so far. Brendan's turn here, but the shot's kind of blocked. You won't really see it, but he does strike here. Actually, you do kind of, but it's kind of hard. But Crystal will throw for a 7 pin there. She ended up missing that, so I didn't show it. Anyhow, back to me now. I go over for Brooklyn and leave the 7 pin, conveniently what Crystal left in her last frame. As for me, I'm going to take care of it with no problem at all. And we still have a chance to keep the score relatively even to what I did in game one, right? So ball's going to go up here. It goes a little high, and we leave the two right side pins. I've been getting better with my right sides lately, but in this one, you're going to notice right away that I missed the mark completely, and we finished with 168, and that's one I'm probably going to want back, because that's one that I feel a bit more confident taking on. Crystal leaves the 10 pin here to wrap up this game. We do lose by more than we did in the first game, but only by like an additional 16. They're bowling pretty solid though, and we are just a smidge off the pace. But I am still average. So 2 games are average, even though I should probably get more pins based on what I averaged in the summer. But regardless of that, we're still bowling rather acceptably okay. We can still get a 500 series out of this. We just need a really good game. Something better than 150 would be ideal. Crystal finishes with a 148 in game 2, but expect to see her bounce back in game 3 rather quickly. Brendan has a pretty solid second game as well. If you guys are liking the content so far in this video, make sure you check out my shorts on the channel. They're just short clips of what you see here. Feel free to slap a like on them, show them some love. I greatly appreciate it. It helps us grow on our subscriber count so much faster. So check them out, and I'll catch you after game 3. Okay, so we're midway through game 3 now, and once again, the bucket popped up and I missed it again. So that's 3 bucket opens, and you can see my frustration there being expressed. I only missed a 10 pin in the third though, so we're at 2 opens at this exact moment. This shot goes a little bit high, but it's a spare leave that I'm fully capable of hitting. The spare ball got quite a bit of use tonight. I think this one was a Rhino one though. Yeah, Rhino spare. But the spare ball is getting a lot of use tonight. I will say that for the most part. Obviously my vibe is going left and my spare ball is going right. So that should tell you a little bit of what's going on. Crystal's going to get a nice strike though to get the 8th frame going. And we still have a bit of a lead, so we got to take advantage of every mark that we can get. And we get another spare shot here. This is nothing new to me. I'm used to this. 5 comes over. It'll take it with no problem. The difference is increased by a little bit. Crystal's going to try to build off the strike in this 8th frame here. And she'll do just that as the pins fall. A little bit of help to that 10 too as well. Brennan didn't really get featured much in this video, but I'm sure you'll see him in the next one a lot more. This just wasn't really a great night for some of us on the team, myself included, um, as I'm kind of behind the 8 ball, especially with the bucket leaves. My turn to go up now, and hello, welcome back, bucket. If we miss the bucket here, we still make 150. But me trying to figure out how to get the bucket leave, I accidentally overhook it and only take 2 pins, finishing with a 154, and that's 4 bucket opens tonight that I have left. unfortunately. Crystal has a nice triple here in the 10th frame to cut the deficit to 9. This is just for count now, and that count alone is what's going to be what takes the difference on this game. She doesn't have to grab this spare. This is just for fun now. But Crystal's going to finish with a very interesting 221 game. I don't think I've ever seen her bowl that before, so that's going to be a channel record for her. As for me, though, I finished with a 508 tonight, 19 pins over the average, so not terrible. It worked out okay, but we didn't win this matchup, but we at least took 2 points, so our season record drops to 11 and 16. I guess for me though, what I could say about the gameplay for me though specifically is bucket leaves should go down more often than not. And tonight being 0 for 4, if we take all 4 of those spares, we'd probably walk away with a 540 series, and it probably helps us in games that we needed to win, but not by too much. It probably like add like a couple, like probably what 10 pins extra, maybe to each game, but it would have made the losses just a smidge closer. Anyhow, though, that's something we got to work on going into the next video is try not to leave that again because that's going to hurt us. But we stayed out of trouble for most of the night, only had the one split. So it's not like terrible, but obviously there's more that we need to find. We got to find that more factor that we had in the summer that a lot of you guys got to watch if you're been on the channel for a while now. If you're a new subscriber though, thank you for your support. I appreciate it a ton as it helps us grow so much faster. We just passed 500 subscribers and we're rapidly growing every single day. So a like on the video would be greatly appreciated. I know this wasn't my best video, but that's gonna happen on the channel sometimes. Is I'm still gonna upload content that I'm not doing as well. So that's part of the bowling experience that I have on the channel. Obviously, I'm an amateur league bowler, so not every night is going to be like God's given gift, if that makes sense. Um, so you'll see me go through it during the season, and sometimes you'll see me at a high point where I'm super confident. And this is an example of those not so good nights. But anyhow, I look forward to posting my Friday video to you guys. That'll be out in a couple days. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and most importantly, take care, Whalers fam. I'll see you soon.